Hey there YouTube, I'm Yukitsu, this is the Yukitsu Times, welcome to my channel and welcome to a little bit of Frostpunk. So, honestly not sure why I'm playing this. Maybe it's just because it's almost winter in Canada, and maybe I'm just thinking, well, let's see if these people are actually in it for worse than what I'm in it for, because, you know, Canada's winter, pretty bad, but yeah. This is made by, I think, the same people that made this War of Mine, and I thought that that game didn't quite work on its premise very well. We'll see if this one works a little bit better. What they tried to do in the first game, like this War of Mine, it was to sort of create a game that forced you into tough ethical quandaries, and I don't find that they succeeded in doing that in particular, and I'm hoping that this does a slightly better job of making us do questionably moral things, but we'll see if we can fight against that. So anyway, one of the things I've done is I've played up to like day 15 or something like that, just to get a feel for what the hell the mechanics are in this game. I haven't really done much else. So in any event, we're going to go ahead and start off our civilization just a little bit here. So one of the things that you want to do, in my opinion, is get tents built and then unbuilt, and then just use them for spacing and for your roads. So we're going to get those two tents there. That's going to tell us where to build this road here. Now, I think that there's a way to cheese roads in this game, but I don't actually know what the hell it actually is, but as you can see, basically one tile equals one wood for your road. So they're actually pretty expensive. We're going to go ahead and build them out to... well, we'll build them out to, like, here for now. We know that we'll be able to fit two buildings in here. We probably won't do houses in this quadrant here. I like to break this into sort of quadrants, or even thirds. And since we've got the supply shed over here, we can sort of have this for other things right now. So what we do after that is we cancel both of these buildings here, or more importantly, we cancel that building. Then we can sort of leapfrog tents, like this. Oops. And then figure out where to build other things here. So I can delete that here. And it's a little bit less useful for this quadrant since we know we're going to be building sort of... I feel like we're going to be building industrial stuff in this quadrant here, so we'll probably be building like hospitals over here, or like food things, and they take up a little bit more space. So if we wanted to, we could actually go like this and figure out the spacing for... or we could actually probably even go... I think we can afford one. No, not quite. So what we can do actually is this. Delete that, and go with the cookhouse, and have that here, for example. And that'll tell us, like, how much space that's going to take up there. And it doesn't matter if we do it here or do it later. So we could do it like this. You could even have, like, this thing here, and then figure out the distance for, like, a hunter's hut right behind it or something like that. You can do a lot of sort of pre-planning with the sort of mechanic here. So we can see that this is actually just as big, so we could actually probably have this doing something similar. Wonder why this is, what the hell? Interesting. That's strange. Well, either way, we don't want that taking up that much room in that spot there, so we're going to go ahead and do something else here. I never noticed this before. Does this automatically stretch, like... because this is a lot bigger. This is like 3 tiles bigger if I move it in one. Interesting. But if I do it on these sides, it doesn't do that, it looks like. It's just if I've got something on one side and on the other, so I'll have to pay attention to that. So yeah, probably want like a cookhouse over here as well as the hunter's hut, and they both look like they take quite a lot of space here. I probably actually don't have enough room, so what we'll probably do is just have them both on opposite sides of the street here or something like that. I can't do it like... I could. Okay. So I could do this like here. This is probably not going to work. The reason it's probably not going to work is because I'm going to go ahead and grab a road here, get that connected at the corner there. Am I going to have enough to then go ahead and get... I'm usually not quite this, yeah. I'm usually not quite this picky. Oh yeah, this works. So this just barely gets those 3 resource tiles there. So we can actually build that there, that's fine. And what this thing does is it builds, or gathers resources sort of around it. So this will collect from this metal pile, these 2 wood piles and stuff like that, and it's pretty good. I'm not too sure if this is how I want this set up here, because we want to figure out how this is going to space. I don't think it really matters on this side, but... do that. Oh, this looks like it actually spaces perfectly. It does. Okay, great. So, we're exactly where we want to be. Now, you don't have to be this fussy, but I've been finding, as I've been playing this, actually you probably do need to be this fussy, if I'm totally honest with you. Building roads fairly early, also very, very important. We can build this one out just in this direction here, but too much for us to get right now. So what we're going to do is start assigning workers, and we're actually going to assign them to these nearby piles that we're going to start working on anyway. I don't need metal too much, so we're just going to have one thing of people on metal. Probably don't need this many on wood here, so let's go down to just 5 here. And we'll have our engineers for building stuff. I feel like that makes sense here. I have noticed certain buildings can be built by non-engineers, but nothing we need to worry about. We don't need to worry about the cold, it's only -20 out. And let's go ahead and hit start. So these people start milling about, and most important is the road that they're going to build here. I'm going to actually... I'll wait a little bit here, but I do want this to build out the road here pretty soon. The reason I don't want to actually start building it is that it'll divert people off of this building here, and I do need to get that building built. As far as I know, like, the actual graphic of people moving doesn't matter too much. It matters for construction for some reason, but as far as I can tell, it doesn't matter at all for people gathering resources. So we can go ahead and start building a bit of road here. And the reason we can do that is because if we build only 5, it'll only take away 5 workers. So we can do that safely here. Then once we get up to 10 wood, we can start spacing out, because we'll probably put things like... well, actually, what I probably want to put behind there is actually the research workshops, and I think they're twice as big as a house, but I'm not entirely sure about that. So we'll wait till we've got a few more resources and then double check that. Now what this building does is it makes it so that we more efficiently gather resources, and we want one for this set of piles here, and we want some for coal somewhere else. All going to be quite important for us to get access to. So probably want our other road to head up here towards this coal section. I think that that works a little bit nicer. And we're definitely going to want to have a ring of houses around this sort of side here. Alright, so we've got our ability to space workshops here. So this takes up this much space here. And we can get rid of that. And then we can get another workshop. I think... Okay, so that takes out to there, so we want it like that. So that's another one. We probably want to get 4 in total behind our supply depot here. Can do that, I think. Well, we could actually just have 5 in a row here. I need more wood again. Alright, so immediately we're going to take all 5 of them off there. We're going to take 5 of them off here, and then move 10 people into here. And what this is going to do is work faster and get us both these sets of resources here. That means we can keep going here. I'm going fairly slow, you'll notice. I'm being fairly meticulous. But these early days I find, like, unless you know really what you're doing, you want to go fairly slowly. Maybe you want to go slowly even if you do know what you're doing. I don't know, there's probably a speedrunner out there somewhere. So it should be here, I think. Okay, so that footprint's out to there, that footprint's out like that. So that footprint's out like that. Okay, so it looks like it's like 1 tile further than you think it is. Oh. Okay, well, looks like I can't actually put it to that side like that without interrupting it, so we'll have to put something else in between there. I'm kind of okay with that, actually. So let's try doing it this way. Let's space it as though we're going to put a medical post there, which is the same size as a tent. So that would go like to here, I think. Like there, yeah. So that would be like that. No, we're still just short of enough space for that. What do we put there then? I feel like actually the research posts on that side might be okay, and then we might be able to space it like this here. I don't usually space this meticulously. This is my first time trying it as ridiculously as this is here. But I have seen people, like, die from, like, a lot of things in this game so far, so I feel like being very, very careful about how you do this. Like, not players, I mean, like, all your little stupid asshole sims or whatever the hell. They tend to just get murdered off real fast. Could actually be I just have to have the road end with the gathering hut, but oh no, that'll work. Okay. So that took way too damn long, but that'll get us going pretty fast there. We'll get our people off of iron pretty quickly here, but in the meantime, we want to think about what we're getting next, and that's probably going to be Hunter's Lodge fairly soon, maybe. I've noticed you can go a few days without food, so we're not going to like hurry too badly about that. We are going to want to get those research things, I think, though. So, workshops, 5 steel, 15 wood. Yeah, they're pretty expensive, and they will take away our, like, expert people. During the night, we're probably actually going to turn on this and have it on, like, high heat value, because that really stops people from getting sick, which is kind of something that we really want to make sure happens. We don't want anyone getting sick here. And Overdrive's kind of just free during the early game. Alright, so this building here, we can go ahead and reduce this by 10. And increase this by 10. And we can go ahead and build our workshop. So we can build one here. Pretty happy with that. And we can actually build a second one, but I feel like it's better for us to build a hunter's hut. And I was saying that we can just barely fit it, like, over here somewhere, and I feel like that footprint is because we can build it here. I think that road was just so that it cornered it. Alright, well, we'll hope that that's the right spot. Kind of feel as though that might be wrong, but whatever the hell. Pretty soon we'll have, like, the food-producing building over here as well. Why is this only 40%? Have we got people missing? Oh, some people are building stuff. Okay. Well, we'll let this continue on here. We don't have any housing. Could start off by building one. I find that that actually helps a little bit. So we'll want to start building our houses out this way. And I'm okay with that. We're just about down out of our work time here, which is also kind of fine. Sorry about the noises I'm making. I feel a little bit sick, but now people do, for some reason, continue building when we're out of work time, so we can do that for a little bit longer. And then I can put this in... Well, we can't do overdrive yet. I think I have to fight the cold first before I can do overdrive. Alright, well, hit max on that. It's going to let us start researching. What we want right away, I generally find... You might find that you really want faster gathering right away, but I tend to find that that doesn't really matter too much here. What I tend to find is pretty good early on. Like, I really like getting access to things like the steelworks and to the wall drill pretty fast, but I think what's actually the problem here is we've only got 9 wood. So that's going to be an issue. I think we're just going to have to let that be for the time being. We can't start researching until the morning anyhow, so... Alright, now I can turn on overdrive. Had to wait till it was fully turned on here. Alright, and come morning we want to have people in the Hunter's Lodge. Alright, we got 1 sick person. We reduced the number of sick people, that's why we got this on overdrive right now. Turn this off overdrive because we don't want it to explode. And now that people are wandering about outside, it's only going to be a few more hours before they start working these things here. Alright, we got 0 of these guys available. Let's go ahead and move these people off of here, and in here. And they won't work again until the night. I tend to find that there's some weird efficiency problems with the Hunter's Hut, but... Alright, so we can access emergency shift now. this causes some discontent and some other problems, and also we don't want to activate it anytime soon here, but it is quite important later. Alright, so, like, I've never found this to be actually that useful, but it does get us access to, like, gather and post installation, which is really important later. So, what I feel like getting fairly early on usually is something like a lot of things, really. Well, we can't do anything right now since we need that one more wood. Alright. So once we get to about 8 o'clock, we can turn this off now. People will go about their day a little bit less cold and everything like that. And it won't matter as much if that's turned on at all. So, we can go ahead and turn this off. Save coal. And, yeah. Should be fine. Now, I don't really know what I'm doing in this game all that much, if you're wondering. I do sort of do okay here, but tend to find, like, there has got to be people who are way better at this game than I am. Whoops, that is definitely the wrong spot there. Alright. Well, we've got enough for a tech now. I think I kind of hate this first choice here. This is always, like, the hardest part. Go ahead and grab Hunter's gear. Alright. We're gonna actually cancel that. I just want to figure out the spacing so I can get this out to here. Well, I could do that paused, I suppose. The other thing I need to do fairly quickly is get a hospital built. So I should probably actually do that right away here. Alright. So medical post. Looks like I'm not going to lose any space if I build something over there, and I kind of want to build 2 medical posts there. That's what I kind of usually do, and it usually works out fine. I'm not really sure why it's expanding the one building. Family torn apart. Yes, this is one of our missions that they're sort of telling us we have to get on here. Okay. I'm just going to do this in pause, and I'm going to keep building and replacing here. Or I need 20 to be able to reasonably do that. Never mind. I need to get that coal road going, though. Okay, we got 20. That's what we needed. Okay. I have to build a cookhouse. That's fine. I hate doing this. This is such an annoying thing to do. Alright, there we go. But it does guarantee very tidy-looking cities. I don't know, like, how big is this house here? Is it exactly 2 tiles? 2. Yeah, so if I go by multiple of that, I should be able to get it to where I need it to be. So, like, there. Then I need more wood for the resource hut. Alright, and that'll get us faster coal, which is fine. Let's go ahead and move you into here. That'll get all our sick people into the hospital, remove some of that discontentedness, and reduce that risk that we run of people becoming quite sick. If they become gravely ill, it becomes a big deal in this game. You never want to let that happen. Alright, I think actually getting to tier 2 techs quite quickly to get the wall drill is also quite strong. I've never been too sure if wall drills are better than these, the forestry thing, the standard forestry, but it feels like it. The standard forestry in this game really sucks. And you just do start off with 1 steam core for some form of industry of your choosing, and I find that that's one of the stronger ones. So now we have got that, and we've gotten enough to potentially do something more interesting. And let's get faster gathering. I hate this one. Never feels like it does anything. It's like a 10% work bonus. Alright, so we got 2 houses done. And, you turn this on. I need to put the overdrive on, actually, pretty soon here. Heating's off, yeah, of course. It does give you that little warning, like, fairly early on. Overdrive. and we can introduce a new law here. So for me, I kind of like getting soup. It lets us get our food turned into more food, even though it costs us a little bit. We could also get extended shifts fairly early, but that adds to discontentment pretty quickly, and we want some other stuff to sort of deal with that. We could further do that, and it makes it even worse, but I tend to find that that screws you over, so we're not going to bother. We can build our cookhouse now, actually. Looks like we are going to have to build it on the other side here. Or we could do it like we were going to do it here. I guess we're going to do it here. This is not a good spot for a cookhouse because we don't have any of the heat there. So we're going to have some problems with that. We will want to get like a... Yeah, so we are going to want to get something here to heat it up, but that's going to be a little while before we can really manage that. We'll set it to soup, which is going to add to our discontentment. For this is the winter of our discontent. And we can set this to very fast speed here. Alright, so we're back into the morning here. We're going to turn off our overdrive again. Shut down our thing here. We're almost at our first cold snap. It'll drop down to 40, which is going to be a big drop. So that'll be fun. We can also go ahead and build our gathering post here. I think we actually do it like this. Sort of takes the same room as a house, so that's fine.
Get to work. Move, people. There's plenty to do.
Faster gathering at 15% here. It's only working 80%. I think one of them must be sick, that means. And in the hospital. Well, it's not too bad then. Alright. So we've got 120 raw food here. If I get these guys all back, we could probably start making food and have it be fine for a while since we got that soup bonus there. Or I could reduce gathering post, or I could reduce, actually, would probably reduce this by 5 here. Actually, I could reduce that by the whole thing in a second. Alright. Get that set to max, have our people start eating. And we are going to need to build houses for our people relatively at some point in time. Alright, so people are now hungry, 0 starving, but faster gathering, researched, drawing boards. Could get our scouting going, but I want to get the wood drill first, because we are going to run out of wood fairly quick here. We're also going to run out of iron fairly quick here, but, you know. Alright. No roof? Yeah, I'll provide shelter for everyone. So now we have to start worrying about houses much more severely. I'm going to go down to none here. We're going to go up to max here. Turn this on. Alright. And more laws. So these come in pretty quickly at the start here. We'll go with extended shift, I think. Extending shift makes it so that people are much less happy. It raises discontent now and later. But it is quite useful, so going to not really question too much. We can build our houses there. Could also start building a couple more here. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 actually that we're building, because we got one already built over there. So we need to build one more. Just enough room. Alright, so even though it's free time, people will build these houses. Listen from the crowd, thank you. I don't actually have to listen to these people, is what they're telling me. And we can set this up to overdrive again. The sort of bits of micro in this game are kind of annoying in certain ways here. Alright. So this should shut down our food production facilities for like a day, but we should be okay here. Shelter promises have been fulfilled. Our hope rises. We don't have to actually worry about our hope all that much here. The reason for that is that our hope is kind of going to get tanked down to a base value in a little while anyway. So like, it doesn't matter what we do with it. It's going to get screwed no matter what we do. Which feels unfair. It really does. I don't really like that. It would be nice if it hit you by a certain amount. Alright, we've got 153 there. We've got 48 here, and we're out of metal over here too. Cool. So these hunters' lodges are pretty powerful, but they're not great. I'm going to build another research facility for now. Oops. Need more wood for that. 15. Right. Alright, turn this off here. And we'll leave this on Steam value 1 here, though. Although the only thing that really works for it is the hospital. Alright, next up. So we do have the chance that people are going to get, like, a cold today since it drops down by so much. Which, like a -20 spike, that's pretty fine. In any event, though, let's go ahead and get another workshop. We can build it here. I'm perfectly okay with the spot here. And then we'll have, like, no engineers for a while. But that's fine. Drawing boards researched. Book of Laws, we can do another one of these. I feel like what we want to do at this point in time is get the child shelters and then start working towards getting, like, medic apprentices. But we might get the faster research if it looks like we're not getting tons of sick people, which hopefully we won't. Start working on wall drill. And then once we get that done, we can build our weather balloon. And then after that, we've got other stuff that we have to get done here. Alright, so we can build our child shelter now. We could build that down here. I'm not super happy about that positioning. Over here could be okay, and over here is actually surprisingly okay. Yeah, this is the spot we're going to put it in. Having it near the hospitals is actually a fairly decent way of dealing with them, because that's where they're going to work anyway. Or the research thing, it'll sort of be between those two. In any event, though, so we'll let these guys build this building first, although it looks like it's being built by, frankly, other people. Children cared for, hope rises. Alright, and let's just max build that. So we don't have anybody left to deal with some of our nonsense here, which, you know, lovely. This building's no longer working, but it still is fine for them to go into to get food. So, got a little while before we're going to have problems with hunger again. Our discontent's quite low. Our number of sick is actually also quite low. We're keeping that pretty managed. Alright, and we're back into free time. It's actually pretty possible to just fairly quickly go through this game here. Okay, so I feel like we're handling medicine okay here. The better you're dealing your temperature, the better you can sort of deal with that. So engineer apprentices kind of make sense here. Either of them just become more efficient. So this feels like this would be pretty good for us in this particular case. Sometimes I have tons of really sick people and this becomes like necessary, but you know, you never know what you're going to need until like after you've signed that anyway, so. Alright, as we've got like more sick people. Alright, the wall drill has been researched. We can go into our resources here and actually go ahead and just build the damn thing. Now there's two spots where you can build one. You can build one up there and you can build one over here. This one's a little bit closer to existing roads, so we're going to build it that way. And then we're also going to go ahead and get... Don't quite need that just yet. Can't use that just yet. Let's go ahead and get the medical post upgrade. I find this one's typically really useful. Oh no, actually, you know what? Let's abort that. I should probably have gotten this thing, like, ages ago. Not ages ago, but, like, next, at the very least. Alright, so you... sort of have to weave through these resources, which is annoying, because they'll, actually go away pretty soon. Okay, like that. We have just used our first steam core. Steam cores are a necessary component in advanced technology. We can't manufacture steam cores in sea, so let's hope that our scouts find them during their expeditions. Yeah. Alright, I'm going to turn off... I forgot to build the, oh, well, it doesn't matter that much. Alright, we'll have you guys doing this here. what's going on here? A note of thanks for having a child daycare center. Whatever hope has risen. I'm gonna, during the next night here, I'm gonna switch the working hours, I think, on one of these Steam hubs, or one of these research facilities here. I just need, like, more research happening. We're doing okay on coal, though. We're doing okay pretty much in everything except for, you know, like, some things. Alright, number 6 still dropping. Wood crates have been depleted. Now, you'd think that we need to get rid of this building here. We might as well, but the reality is you can actually use this building quite effectively later on down the line with the coal thumper. So that's what we're going to keep it there for. And that's just going to be a good way to generate unlimited amounts of coal pretty damn fast. Alright, so we'll let them keep this going. We've only got 5 people actually working on building this, but can get some more people working. This is why I wanted to get this built pretty quickly. Text 2 and built pretty quickly. We'll also want the steel mills pretty fast here. I'm going to get the balloon first, though. 89% here. We can get this back online pretty fast here, and then we'll have it ready for tomorrow, and then we can start converting our raw food into cooked food again, although we are getting our heat spike back again pretty soon. Steam hubs researched. Let's go with tech and build that, like, there's actually pretty good. We'll get an extended range thing for this later, but for now this is actually just fine. And that will actually get built regardless of other power problems here. So I don't need that just yet. I could get heaters, because that would actually be really useful, but we're definitely going to get the beacon now. Got 10 people available who used to be at that other thing, and that actually has, like, a limit. I'm still not sure how you get wood from the wall drills. Like, I have no idea what's going on with this damn thing. It's a bit of a weird device, honestly. Alright, let's get this stupid thing built. It's going to rapidly increase the amount of consumption of fuel, but it's also fine. Got quite a few sick people all of a sudden. Yeah, it's because of the bigger cold temperatures, I'm guessing. Alright, come this day though, let's go ahead and build another medical center, probably. Medical post right there. Turn that off again. And warmer days. Fantastic. Okay, so I do want to get this done really quickly here, so I guess we'll actually do... I could do 2 slow hospitals, that is possible, but I think we won't do that for yet. Just yet. Alright, so the wood drill, it's going to keep us keeping on our wood stockpiles here. Overdrive slowly going down here. Oh, this is heated up here, it's working again. I had actually, like, workers here when I probably shouldn't have. It's not great, but whatever. This will jump us back up to, like, I don't know, over 100 rations or something like that. Should be fine. Let's go ahead and fast forward this a bit. Oh yeah, I was going to turn these guys on to longer work hours. It's going to raise our discontent just a little bit here, but it's going to make us much more efficient in terms of how much we're producing of science. Should have done that during the night though. Wood crates depleted, nothing left here. Have to set that to none. And our beacon has been researched, so this is a good time for that. So in addition to this though, I need to start thinking about getting like heaters and stuff like that and the generator power upgrade. We'll work on the... I still want this medical post upgrade first. So we'll get that, and we'll start building and tech our beacon. Now the beacon can be located pretty much as far away as you want here. And I don't really care about those resources, but yeah, I can build it back here. This is fine. So that'll get built there. And we are pretty much out of iron is like one of the big issues that we're running into pretty much right away. Alright, and we've got plenty of people. I'm gonna skip the cutscenes here because they're kind of lame. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and zoom back in here. And we've got the resources now, so let's go ahead and create a new scout team and get them to go check out this lost expedition here. So, kind of got to pay attention to these, and I always fail to pay attention to these. Alright, so that's going to bring back a bunch of extra people, which is going to help tremendously. In the meantime, though, I kind of have to figure out where we're going to put the houses for them. So let's figure out something out here. This looks fine. Okay, I'm wondering if it's going to, like, expand one of the houses out, like, make it bigger once we get near the end. Although this looks like it fits perfectly anyway. Like, you can see the division here. Like, does any of these, no? Okay. This looks kind of perfect, actually. It looks suspiciously perfect. Looks too perfect. I'm concerned about this. Okay, so we're not actually building these all, of course, here. I'm just trying to figure out some spacing stuff here. So we probably want our heat thing back there. So let's go ahead and start disassembling these. And so this house, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, okay, so it's actually right in between those two. Ooh, nice. Okay, so we can actually probably go a little bit further. The reason I think that we can do this is because if we do it like this, I can actually build a church instead of this house here. So let's go ahead and delete all of these houses here. Well, actually we could, well, nah, let's delete all these houses here. We just want the road. Get back all those resources, that, like, hundreds of wood apparently. Those wood drills are so good. Just such good resource production. Alright. So we've got 5 workers. We've got a building, I think, that doesn't need to be operating right now. Our soup kitchen's, like, full, so we can set this down to none again. Can I get this one? Where are all our engineers? They're all in things that are engineering related, so I kind of just have to wait for people to show up, I guess. Could figure out our block to get there, but I could also just go around instead. I'd also start building towards our iron mines. Like, if I built a road there, that wouldn't really hurt. So I could do something like this, but I feel like... Oh, we'll do it like this for now.
Night is coming. Put down your tools.
Okay. So we have got it getting a bit colder again. We could, for the night, again, put it on overdrive. Ready for a search. Okay, fantastic. We still got this thing working at least. Yep, that's still working. 20 a day. Good. I probably want to get more food production pretty soon here, like another hunter's tent. Could actually put this right here now. I feel like that's actually not a terrible spot for it, honestly. Let's see here. Let's set this so that's only during work hours. And we'll turn this on to overdrive now that people are done. Oh, it's already on overdrive. I already turned that on. Okay. Medical post-research. Upgrade. I am going to get the ability to get hothouses pretty soon here. I'm going to get heaters, though. It's just going to be a little bit easier for me to manage our heat for certain things here. And let's just fast forward through the night here. Off goes our hunting parties, as per usual. Oh, another law. Okay. So, I think we go with radical treatment just before anyone gets gravely ill. This is going to make it so that we can amputate. It's a controversial law. It makes it so that people can eventually recover, but, you know, you don't really want to have to do it. Yeah, people are a little bit discontented by that. And we need Need to turn this off again. Oh, these guys found their thing. So let's go ahead and explore. Lost Expedition. These are other people that were from our caravan, and we do want to escort them to our city. If I send them this way, you know, quite a few of them could die. So, and we're quite close, so I'm not going to lose too much time on this. So this is fine. Go ahead and turn off overdrive. Keep this turned on, I guess, otherwise. And I can kind of turn it off. It's just that, like, I think we lose our hospitals. Maybe not, actually. Alright. Well, we can. I think we can turn this off. Let this cool down for the evening. And hopefully get a good day's work in. Alright, Hunter's Hut. Like that. Get our road. Just follow along with the Hunter's Hut here. And that should be fine for now, actually. Alright. So that'll help us stockpile a little bit more coal. We can probably start getting some, like, coal depots here as well. I tend to find that you need a lot of coal depots. I can build it right here. Seems fine. Uh-oh. Just realized I'm very short on iron. Well, let's just get random people out here, maybe. Looks like that should be okay for the time being. I want to get that done before the next cold drop, because we can still work in that without getting it too bad, but yeah, I need the research to kick in so I can get the, what's it called? Alright, those guys got back. Let's go ahead and pause here. Our first wave of colonists have arrived. They're going to jump off this cliff, form a big mess in our base here. It's just awful. It's a really irresponsible thing for them to do. Alright. So let's hit pause here. Let's go ahead and get our scout team. Got Sturdy Shelter or the Observatory. And I think Sturdy Shelter is more people, the Observatory is more stuff, and we want stuff here. We do want more people, but not right now. Since our food production situation not looking super good. I can go ahead and set this to max now, though, which is great, and I can start thinking about more houses. So this thing was built so that we could get a steam hub to there, but that's kind of not happening right now. We can get this built now. Can set this to max now. Oops, what was that? I think I missed a note there. Don't see a massive discontentment spike, though. Alright, well. Let's actually not build this one. Let's build sort of closer to where we've got the heat that we're going to build. Alright. Heating's off, generators down. Only got 5 people from... Oh, these people have to get to the hospital first. And then we should be fine. Okay. Heaters researched. Now let's go ahead and get... Steelworks. There we go. Doesn't cost us any real resources to get those, so that's fine. I was worried that would cost us metal and then I'd be screwed. It's always the worry with that kind of resource. Alright, so we can get this and we can get set to coal. Dramatically increases our ability to store coal there. Got lots of hungry people. We got lots of things going wrong here. Cool. Good. Lovely. Let's get the generator power upgrade here. We're going to need that fairly soon. And let's go ahead and grab the resources. So, Steelworks. It is way too close to closing. Right. We'll just wait a bit then. Alright, another law. We've got the ability to get things like the care house. I don't need that yet, but doing this is going to make everyone happier. Let's just care for essentially the people who have really bad illnesses and have amputated themselves. I'm not going to address this now. This one always screws me over, so we're not going to do it. I do want to set this thing so that they're working harder. We'll wait until natural closing time, though, before we do that, so that they'll do it next day. I just want to get our research done a little bit faster, which is important. Oh, wait. Please don't kill me. Hope I didn't do that too late, but I think I did. I just realized one of our roads is not properly connected here. So that's lovely. What was I doing here? Right, this. I'll raise our discontent a little bit there. Discontent is dropping though because of these houses, which are now connected to the stupid road here. Oh, I need one more house actually. Alright, let's go ahead and overdrive this. Probably shouldn't have to overdrive it quite as long here. Is that house just completely disconnected from the road? I bet it is. And let's go ahead and build another house. Alright, start of a new day. Let's get that turned off there. I'm gonna keep this generator on, I think, for... no, it should be okay. Shut this down here. I kind of actually want the hospitals, though, to be working. Well, scouts have reached the observatory. More survivors. Oh, well, that's not really what we wanted. Okay. We'll escort them back. That's a lot of engineers, actually. That's pretty good. Okay, so we're out of coal, which is lovely. This is why I've sort of been careful about how I spend it. Let's see here. Okay, so like that seems fine. I'm not sure that this is supposed to fit quite this well, but I feel like we've got some sort of divisible value here going on. Alright. So let's, 12, that's good. Then we can start getting rid of all of these, one of those wasn't connected, something's going on there. Maybe one of them was just shy of being on the road there. Well, either way, let's go ahead and get rid of all of these here. And we'll have to get another coal mine set up there. For now, I want the coal thumper pretty soon as well, so it's not as though we can't change it. Not adjacent to street, street is under construction. Not adjacent to street, street is under construction. So like here, I think. Beyond that, we also have to go ahead and build steelworks. And since it's approximately the time of day where building is fine, might as well get this done here. There we go. Alright, so this is a lot of stuff that needs to get built. We have not a ton of people for building. We can go ahead and remove all of these people so that they'll work on that instead.
Work time. Get moving.
I feel like we don't really need these guys doing this anymore. So let's get them working on building as well. Have we turned this off? We did turn this off completely. It's just... I just realized, you know, I kind of want the hospitals to actually have heat. Sounds reasonable to me. Let's see here. This thing, actually, we need to turn this back on. Is that enough? I don't know. Alright. Turn that back to... crank the speed on this back on. Let's see here. Generator power upgrade improved. I'm gonna start working on hothouses here. We'll get a new core eventually. Oh, right, we need iron. You know what? We won't work on anything for a little while, I guess. No, more responsibly, we could do, like, exploration here for more scouts. I think that's no iron. Alright. We've got plenty of people to send on another expedition of that sort, so... Okay. I don't need to cap that, I do need to cap this. So, that gets us our iron. Got our researchers working. Research is gonna research. I've only got 4 people and they're all engineers. Yeah, I do need more people, so it's good that we're getting this next wave of group coming in 2 more hours. I do need to get, though, our stupid steam hub built really badly. Okay, I'm not super happy actually with this placement, but just because these houses are not actually covered by this very well. Okay, it's a little bit closer than I want it to be, honestly, because we'll get the range extension, and then that's going to be, like, way too damn close. Okay, more scouts. We can get that actually probably done as soon as those guys get here, so that's fine. Coal Thumper. And we'll actually want, like, 4 sets of Coal Thumpers, in my opinion, pretty soon. Okay, so that's like 3 houses worth of people. And we were going to build a church along one side of this, so we'll build there, but we'll delete that one house. We'll delete this side. There'll be a temple there, and actually let's put a fighting pit here once we get a chance to. What did I learn? I don't think we have the ability to... Oh, we do need a care house though. Care house can go, like, over here. Right by the hospitals, that sounds reasonable. Okay. We actually apparently need 3 houses, so this is enough. Okay. Now, I'd rather get these to have double radius, these steam things, as opposed to having them have the having to build twice as many of them, honestly. So we'll wait till we can get that tech before we start building our houses out further.
Workday ends. It's time off.
Alright, and this should help these houses a bit. Care house promise fulfilled, hope rises. Bunch of people are hungry, bunch of people don't have houses. A lot less people don't have houses now, perfect. More people getting sick, fantastic. But people can get sick in this game and it's not the worst thing in the world here. Okay, that is actually outside the range of this thing here. Cool. Okay, if I put the fighting ring down there, I could build a house up here, because they're the same size, or I could do that on the other side here. Let's do it on the other side here. I kind of feel like the church should be on the right side of the fighting house. Alright, why have we got so many hungry people all of a sudden? Right, well... only got 20 hours worth of coal left. That's interesting. Oh shit, you guys are... Alright, sturdy shelter, 22 hours. Alright. Oh, this is on Steam level 2. Shit. Great. I hate it when I accidentally do that. Okay, lovely. I feel like I can go a bit higher on discontent here, so I'm going to increase our hours for this. Get these guys working right away here. So, tanking discontent is one of those things in this game that you sort of have to learn how to do. We'll get our fighting pits now, though. That'll help decrease our discontentment, which will make our dudes a little bit more happy to watch people beating the shit out of each other. Also, I think we can get our second expedition now. So we'll send those guys out to here. This is twice as many little icons for me to be able to miss here. Good job. Alright. So, we'll get the fighting arena. I feel like that's pretty good here. And that'll let me sort of, like, just ridiculously not worry about our discontentment. So I'll put that there for now. Well, lots of people enjoy these violent shows. I wonder if the fighters will abide by the rules. I sure hope so. Alright. Coal Thumper researched, good. Start getting those Coal Thumpers out there. Alright. That's fine, I don't care if we destroy the resources that are there. How are we doing here? Got 7 unemployed randos here, so we could get all of them in there. I'm gonna have a bunch of extra engineers, which is not great. I can go ahead and start researching more, though. Probably want to get the hothouses researched now. It's not, like, super good or anything like that right now, but fighting arena has been built and hope rises. More importantly, discontent going to tank, which is really, really nice. Alright, people are hungry again. We got 120, 100 and something food here. Hothouse has been researched. I can't actually build one until we get more of those other things, though. Can I get this upgraded? Yes. I've got enough resources for that. Okay. So this thing actually only has to be on during sleeping hours, but I guess we'll have it... Well, I could manually turn it on and off. This only has to be on during the night when people are in those houses, because they don't actually spend any time in there until the evening. So, I don't know. Got one person we can send in there. Actually, we only want 5 in here for now. And we want this thing maxed out. So we can send a bunch of engineers in there who are not going to be super thrilled by that, I would imagine. Actually, I don't need them in here right yet. What I should do first, in fact, is build the other gathering post. We'll build it here. We can build another little resource node there. Store our ill-gained goods here, which is lovely. And I should probably start getting some, like, heating for our, like, industrial buildings here so that these people aren't constantly freezing to death. So I could build one here and just, like, turn this into an area that I've got more industrial stuff around, or I could just put a robot there later. I feel like put a robot there later is the smart move, honestly. We're going to have more people working, I think, here than we are there, and I feel as though actually we put this here and then get the expanded range. So this is going to do practically nothing right now, but it'll be really, really good later. Alright, well.
It's time off.
Alright, what have you guys found here? Crash site, they got raw food and wood. Alright. And we can go to the gloomy cave from there. Okay, this will have people, since they're saying that they're seeing what they're seeing. I think we get people from both of those, which is not super ideal, all things considered right now, but I do need more workers, so... Alright, we can set this to overdrive for now. Actually, we're heading into a cold snap, so I might want to drop that tomorrow. Sickness is going back and forth a little bit here. Ooh, steam cores, food rations, and wood. Okay, we'll take all those. Steel bridge. Okay. We'll go here. The steel bridge actually has a robot. So we want that really quite a bit. I'm going to use that robot, and it's going to be our best friend. Should be fine. Yeah, we're out of food. Not really that surprised. Okay. So we should be getting a tiny bit of a shipment of raw food in here. It's not super important for me to get like the stuff, the amount of food that they're talking about like right away here, but I do feel like we want to get this amount of coal. We could be doing better, but I'll admit things are looking up. Yep. Alright, so I want both of these guys working overtime sort of, but this is a much cooler building. This one's going to be a little bit warmer because it's within the radius of this thing. Although I don't actually know if that's working. Alright, well, either way, let's get the day started here. Yeah, down to minus 40. Alright, well, we knew that was going to happen. We only got 18 hours on coal, which, yeah, kind of not that surprised by. Right, so let's get, this coal thumper is working. Let's get 10 people in this one. And what should happen is this coal thumper will get this all going in a nice sort of way there. Could get the efficiency upgrade right away here. Could get hunting tactics, but not right now, I don't feel like. Actually, yeah, let's get the steam hub upgrade. They'll take more resources there. Oh, I forgot to turn that on during the night. Crap. Oh well, 18 hours left on this thing. Well, I'm glad this thing's not turned on right now, because that would certainly screw us over more. Alright, so the thumper should start working, and these guys should start producing coal. So every hour we should get like a block of coal, which then gets picked up by these guys. It's saying it's inoperative, but I think they might still be picking up coal. It's just that this is producing it sort of at a rate that these guys are picking up faster than. Yeah, I think that's what's happening here. Oh, no, they just dropped off a gigantic wad of it all at once for some reason. Alright, whatever. Alright, scouts have reached a place. Gloomy Cave, there's more survivors here. Shit. Oh, I remember this one. We have to sort of RNG this one. There are some bears there. The bears will kill the survivors, or you can get some more survivors. So, I find this one's very low chance that they kill your guys, though, so... Yeah, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm going to save some of this because we lost a scouting party, and those are quite expensive at this point in the game. So we are going to want to redo that. I'll be right back.
Alright, now we get to learn how the seed works in this. That's literally the first time I've lost my scouts to bears.
Scouts die from the injuries again. Yeah, this is interesting. Alright, I'm going to try and do a save right before I hit that, and then we'll see how that goes. But, yeah, we'll learn together, I guess.
And we're back. So, it seems like it's, like, tied to the save in some way or another, so they just kept dying over and over and over again. So,
what I'm going to do is I'm actually recalling them, and then I'm going to send them back out once they return, because they have got a bunch of stuff with them. So that should be fine. Yeah, so hopefully we can get them back, and then we can get them out again. And that's how we're going to sort of deal with that situation here. We're out of food. Fantastic. Well, you know what? We'll just leave them there for now. That's probably okay. Coal coming up pretty nicely. We've got this little hut over here that's cold and miserable. These guys are also cold and miserable. That's fine. We have got our coal thumper, though, operating at full capacity. This is a fully operational battle station or something like that. So, yeah, this guy, though, 2 hours away from the bridge, which is great. And, yeah, that's going to be the end of our episode, though. So, I hope you found this one enjoyable. I'm liking this game so far. I thought it would be a lot worse as far as, like, how grimdark it feels like at times, but it's not too bad as far as that goes. So, horse soup, I will solve this problem. Right now, we've actually got food coming in, so you know what, we'll go ahead and switch this out to this thing. And since we've got food coming in, that shouldn't be as big of an issue. I feel like we could also, though, get some more hunter's huts, because we are pretty bad as far as keeping up on those. Back here seems okay. And I could do it just, like, way the hell back here. Oh yeah, that feels pretty good. We'll destroy some resources, but you know what, that's fine. Alright. Steam Hub range upgrade. I need to make sure that we turn that off a bunch of times, because otherwise that can get really wonky. Let's see here. Down here, I could get hunting tactics and then have that working for us. I could get bunkhouses. Cookhouse installation is actually pretty good. Thing is, I can't afford a lot of these, even though they're quite good. Could work on getting the outpost depots, though. Those are actually really, really powerful. Especially if I can get the coal one established fairly soon here, which I think we can. I think the coal one is pretty close by. But anyway, I could keep playing this for a long time if I don't, if I keep getting carried away like this. So in any event, yeah, that's going to be our episode for today. We'll grab the robot that's here when you go to the bridge. You could get 2 steam cores, or you can get the automaton. I prefer getting the automaton. You can turn the 2 steam cores into 2 automatons potentially, but I'm gonna head to the weather station here next and call it an episode. So anyway, hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys all next time.